Good morning. Here we are. Good morning. Jake is up nice and early. Thank you so much. Welcome, Team David Meltzer. Let's post up their training at 11 a.m. today where people can register at david@dmeltzer.com, 949-298-2905. I've pinned it up there for everyone. Welcome, Jonathan, Theresa, Sanjay. Welcome. We are live here early this morning, testing out East Coast time. Kate is up. Welcome, everybody. Looking forward to seeing everyone today. The real Zach Neal is here. Let's let him join real quick. Joining founder of the Beatle House, Tip Mask, reinventing me. Oh, there he is. Hey, you know we have it coming. Hey, Zach, do you trace that calligraphy behind you or you just like it?
Like, I'm actually at a friend's house, so I don't even know what it is.
Yeah, dude, take all 5 fingers and trace the calligraphy. It'll give you a download from the universe.
All right, I'll have to try that later.
Hey, risk-free, and if it works, you got a new habit that helps, right?
There you go. Good morning, by the way.
Great morning, man. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me. It's super early on your coast.
Yeah, I know, and I woke up, you know how your calendar doesn't always update, and my president of my company updates my calendar. All of a sudden, I had 3 coaching calls that were not on my calendar. East Coast time, I went to bed, and I woke up, and I'm like, whoa, right before the Instagram Live. So it's been a great morning so far.
Right on.
Yeah, anyway, what's up with the Beatle House? Tell me what you're doing. Let's give everybody a little bit of a knowledge base.
Yeah, absolutely. So Beatle House is closed because of the pandemic, like everything else, but we're ready to be open again. And right now, it's called Reinvest in Main Street, which is basically I've started a fund with some friends and partners, and we've created a fund to start helping local businesses, Main Street businesses, stay open, stay involved. So we're looking for businesses, we're finding them, we're investing, we're partnering. We're trying to bring a little love back to Main Street, save some of these great restaurants and bars and businesses that are just suffering because of the pandemic, and breathe a little life into them.
And how do you decipher, throwing good money at bad, or what's a good investment in the valuation, because there's so many, variables involved with the stability of the pandemic pre-vaccine? How are you determining, because it's a risky venture, I would say great intention can sometimes, cause us to lose everything. How are you deciphering, making sure that you're throwing good money at a good business and not just, philanthropically donating money to prolong the inevitable?
Right. It's a very good question. So essentially I'm looking at business. There's a real example. There's a place in Pennsylvania that's been open as a bar, a restaurant, and an inn for 140 years, and they're closing because of this. So right now I'm trying to, and it was family run and operated, and now the kids have it, and they just can't figure out how to get through this. They weren't, they had savings, but not savings for a year and a half. So something like that, it's a proven business model, 140 years of history. This just needs a little injection. On the other side, it's just looking for good ideas. Like, I'm a big believer, 100% will bet my life, my money, everything on it, that this is just going to be a blip on the radar like anything else. So there's going to be people that are going to go out of hospitality, out of live entertainment, away from Live Nation, away from AEG. All these things are failed industries because of the pandemic. And then in 18 to 24 months, all of a sudden you have a big influx of it coming back. So it's really just about holding the investment for 18 to 24 months. I'm looking at this as more short term. I'm going to double down on it. I think we're selecting businesses based on just the cool factor. I'm looking at things like, there's the coolest coffee shop in Dallas, Texas. It's unique. It's different. It's not going to try to franchise, but it does a great business for that neighborhood, and tell them. And we're going to do something like that.
Yeah. How involved are you on the management and strategic side, or is it just a capital infusion?
100% involved. So what I'm basically offering is a direct partnership. I'm going to help manage the market, promote the business, not just cash. And I think the cash is the smallest part of the value. Or like where you didn't get the government money, where you didn't get grants, where you're falling short of landlord, how to keep your building for a year. We're going to be there and help there. But the biggest thing is we're going to reinvent the marketing strategy to make the business bigger when it reopens.
What I love about it is you're a classic example of, I tell people there's three worlds, right? There's the world of things that are doing really well right now. there's the world of what's stable right now, and then there's the world that you know will be doing really well post vaccine.
Right.
And you know, in that world, if that's where you want to play, not only can you help a ton of people, but you can get the pendulum swing the other way, meaning that you can get exponential growth. And you know, I use sports gambling. You used AEG as an example, right? If you don't think people will gamble on sports when sports comes back, right? And so, you know, stuff like that to, you know, be involved with if it's at a low, this is where the margins of millionaires are made. You know, this in simple forms in real estate, in business, when you have something that is emotionally oversold or distressed because of economic reasons, buying low and selling high is still the easiest way to make money. And looking at that pendulum, when you're looking at that, besides the longevity, you know, how much are you looking at the management side of how it's managed today? Is that combined with longevity? Are you talking to all the, like the managers, the people that are working there? Because for me, that's one of the most critical things, or who's going to actually be running this and working there?
100%. So, I mean, really, this is an investment in people. For us, it's saying, you have a great idea, but a lot of, especially in today's world, it's really easy to figure out kind of who had it together and who didn't. So it's, you have a great, your execution's great. Like, there's a lot of great operators there, but they're not necessarily great marketers or great planners. So we're looking at the management team to say, we want to invest in you. We want your business. We just want to add value so that in the future, not in this position again. So you have the capital to survive 12 to 18 months. So you have an influx of cash. You're saving properly. You're investing properly. You're marketing your business properly. You're turning your slow times into opportunities. So we're looking at the management structure, the ownership of businesses pretty heavily. One other thing I would say is that we reopened Beatle House in Los Angeles for like 3 weeks because we got that notice we could reopen. So we waited 3 weeks and we're like, we're going to wait. We opened. And during the middle, when the cases were going up, when everyone was freaked out, we were sold out. We opened for those 3 weeks and sold out for 3 weeks. So that was a little bit of just a test for myself to say, is this the end of hospitality? Or people that scared? The answer is they are not afraid whatsoever when it comes to going out. They want to be out. So when this is over, I would expect a huge influx of business.
Oh, without a doubt. I think pent-up demand in so many industries can allow us to take advantage of the pendulum swinging back as we go through this and figure out the post-pandemic or post-vaccine era. One of the other things is finding deals, right? You're looking across the country.
Yeah.
How are you finding deals, and you know, where are they coming from?
So I hired a great publicist, Juliet from Girl. And she is getting some little press blurbs out town by town, kind of doing it grassroots to just, I'm you know, the city is cool and I'm fine to go in the city, but I'm also looking for suburbia. I just really want to invest in cool, small businesses. I'm not looking to find something and turn it into the next Burger King. I'm just trying to find something that's cool with real running it, because I'm really interested right now in the small business and how it really works. And I love the idea of getting involved in, like, from little hardware stores to cafes, to ice shops, restaurants, bars, startups, clothing brands, retail, any of these little things. The main factors for me is that they provide a community benefit. So A, are you a valuable asset to your community, not just the 15th Chinese buffet in a 5-mile radius, but are you actually adding value to your community? Are you unique? Who are the operators? Who are the people running it? What is their mission statement? What is their life all about? What do they really want to do with their business? Is it more than just turning a dollar? So I'm looking to build relationships and experience that are also going to help me build my acumen as a business person.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, where can people find you and reach out? And also, are you helping other investors within the community taking on, I would imagine it's so community based that if, you know, maybe the owner of the business still can't partner with you, et cetera, the community itself could partner with you in some respects. So where can people reach out to you, learn about what you're doing? I think we need more people like you, yeah, you know, out there in the communities building. You know, I'm helping advise on small business throughout the country of what's needed as an independent, right, non-fundraising, just advisor of, hey, look, here's the critical business issues. And without the small businesses that you're investing in, I don't think people understand the effect it will have on our economy in the long run. We're built off of these businesses. This is where America's made, and people like you supporting those people are essential. So where can they find you, and can other community members get involved as well?
100%. Obviously on Instagram at @therealZachNeal, right? And just through email. I think I'm just using my legit email, just zach@newempire.com. Anybody's welcome to reach out. I'm just asking because I'm getting like 150 emails an hour on this. So I'm just asking people to put in the subject title what it is, reinvestment program or whatever, so I can go through. I would like to say that there's a criteria, but not. We're just looking at it case by case. If we think something's cool or interesting, or if we feel like the story's really good. I had out the other day that I think her business model sucks. I think her business is terrible. It'll never work. Her attitude and her backstory is so good that we're going to invest anyway. We're just going to flip her business. We're going to basically take her on as a partner and do something completely different in her space.
And are you taking investment yourself to join you in your efforts?
Yeah, I'm looking for anybody that wants to get in on this at any level. It doesn't, if you have $1 you want to throw at something, $5, $20, $1 million, doesn't matter, just at some level, because I think that what you said is so true. If these businesses fail at the level that they're predicting, it's catastrophic for all of for our communities. Imagine a town where there's no place to go. It's terrible.
Yeah, exactly. I'm here in Indiana, and these are the type of towns here in Bloomington that these types of businesses are thriving and are needed, especially. Now, if I wanted to invest, what should I put in the subject line when I email you?
Just put a cash symbol.
All right, put the cash symbol. I'm gonna be. I'm emailing you because I love the idea. I love supporting our communities. I'm gonna get together with my guys as well and send them your way. So not only should businesses reach out, but investors. Let's reinvest in America from the small business perspective and community perspective, which is a unifying perspective. As we see that these businesses unify communities, not separate it, support it, elevate all. All tides elevate everyone, and you're elevating others to elevate yourself. Thank you so much, Zach. We'll check you out. Great job, man. You're the epitome of what I look for. Thank you so much.
David, appreciate you. Take care.
You're awesome, man. Trace that calligraphy. You'll get some more good luck.
I will.
5 fingers like this. All right. Take care. Exactly. Take care, man. Thank you. Check him out, The Real Zach Neal. That's the type of stuff that changes the world. You can impact the world one-on-one yourself. And let's take a few questions. Appreciate my team being here so early because they're all on the West Coast, except for Samir. I see you there on the East Coast. Thank you for joining me as well. Dave, what do you recommend someone trying to find a job? Just a job, if not something else. Look, first do an inventory of your skills, your knowledge of what you know and who you know, and figure out your desire. Then align that with the businesses that are doing well. In other words, 1/3 of the businesses are looking for people. They're doing well, and see where your skills, knowledge, and desire align with the companies that are doing well. And then ask people, hey, do you know anybody that can help me? I'm looking for a job for this company, for this industry, for this space. And ask in person, on the phone, via email and media. And you will have so many different opportunities in such a short amount of time. And then you'll start investing in yourself, allowing you to gain your own power strength so that you can help other people as well. Neal is the man. He is awesome. Thank you. Here we go. Next question. How important is it to make your purpose about others and not yourself? As you say, things come through you, not for you. So when you understand this, it is all about you and your intention. So I receive so I can give, but I receive with that intention to come through me. I'm very calculated, strategic, and disciplined. Of course, I have that prey mentality, that prey drive, that ability to be what I must be. But instead of where I used to give to receive, I have so much more power of giving because I receive to give. The more that I have, the more that I can give. And that's where my focus, my attention, and intention creates the coincidences that I want for others through me. Best investments to make in yourself: saving. Right now, saving money for sure. Do you have a favorite setback and setup story? I do, and I'll be sharing at 11 a.m. Pacific today, 2 p.m. Eastern time today, or you can watch the replay anytime, we are going to teach you how to turn every setback into a setup. And I'll tell my favorite story there. There's some extraordinary ones out there. Talk about Jack Canfield, talk about my bankruptcy, talk about my own value setbacks. All of these things I'll be talking about. Just register at david@dmeltzer.com. It's pinned below, 949-298-2905. Ask anyone in the comments what they think about free Friday trainings. I've been doing them for 20 years. Go ahead, comment, inspire people to join us, have them register for free. I will be giving my book for free. I'll be giving my exercises and guides for free, and I will be giving my training for free. Please comment if you've been. Let other people know if you liked it. They don't need to hear it from me. How do I reach your mindset? I admire it. Well, thank you so much. Your mindset is mindset. No tree has branches, right? We are connected. So mindset is a practice, right? Practice quieting the mind, practice ending fear, practice gratitude, practice forgiveness, practice accountability, practice motivation, transition, and inspiration. These are all practices of the mindset. I saw Trevor Moad up early at the beach, probably walking. Talk about practicing mindset. Look up Trevor. He works with Russell Wilson and the greatest athletes in the world about living in a majesty of calmness, living in neutrality. Thank you, Samir. Join the Friday training, and it's pinned right below. Thank you for that endorsement. Many others. Here we go. How do you effectively communicate? Once again, we practice that, understanding that there's two communications going on at all time. The first communication is not with others. The first communication is with the greatest source of light, love, and lessons of all time in you, so that then you can appreciate it, be grateful, and add your value to it and give it away. And so understanding effective communication is a flow through you to others, and that we need to communicate to be motivated, transition it to inspiration, and then give that with our values, personal experience, or giving, receiving values, and our appreciation to others. Thank you again. The Real Zach Neal. He's right there at the Real Neal. If you want to invest in him, reach out, put some money signs in the subject line, or if you have a business that you want him to invest in, go ahead and say investment opportunity. Zach at newgoldempire.com. He is changing our communities in a great way. Talk about a compassionate capitalist. Thanks for joining me, Zach. How to get a mindset? I need to know because I'm sorry, I thought I erased that one. Thank you so much. Do you recommend going into real estate? So these are very broad questions. If you want to go into real estate, there's multiple ways to go into real estate. I think real estate is one of the best investments. It just depends on what your risk and timing is, your risk tolerance and your timing, what expertise you have and what you can acquire. So when I'm investing in real estate, I am looking for someone who's done it in the area, in the space, in the industry, in the exact way I'm going to for 30 or 40 years. And I'm making sure I get a sign off that I'm buying when things are oversold or selling when things are overbought. Real estate is just like a product. It is bought and sold, but it has many variances that allow you to take advantage. One of those is tax advantages, right? Remember, our entire tax code was built to protect the landowner. So we are protected as a landowner, and we can have huge opportunities as a landowner. Keep that in mind. Let me see here real quick. Who am I looking for? Zach Neal. Whoa, is Walt Harris? What time is it? Daytime. All right, we got more time for questions. Good. Sorry. Have you ever smoked DMT? I don't even know what DMT is, and I don't like to smoke. I've tried it. I've never smoked a cigarette, but not for any moral reasons other than I just don't like the process of smoking and the way it makes my lungs feel, etc. How do you walk the line of confidence and cockiness? So this is interesting, right? If you're confident, other people will think you're cocky. Period. No matter what it is, if you're confident, other people, and since I don't define myself with or vote for with what other people think of me, I don't care. What I care about is I'm living as close to my potential and truth as I can, that I'm living with radical humility, that I'm asking how I can be of service and of value to others, and as much as I can, ask for help as well. I want to be as confident as possible. And if that creates an interference or disturbance to them and they feel as if, that's cockiness, that seems to define them, not me. And I think that's a really great nuance to understand. You should be as confident as possible, not overconfident, right? Not manipulating, overselling, back end selling, lying and cheating yourself, but being grateful, forgiving, accountable to yourself, investing in yourself, and getting clarity, balance, and focus in what you want, which will give you extraordinary confidence. And when you're extraordinarily confident, people may perceive you as cocky. But once again, I'm not looking for the approval of others. I am not seeking their approval. I'm seeking my approval the best that I can, knowing that I am human. I am a hypocrite. I make mistakes every day that allow me to grow, expand, and accelerate. And those are the blessings that I have. That pain, as you know, is just an indicator. Mental, physical, spiritual, emotional pain is just an indicator that I have something to learn. And I am trying to learn as much as I can. And therefore, I cannot let others define me or vote for what other people want for me. I will take their advice, though, and be grateful for it, but I'll take it like a handful of sand. Most of it, if it's not aligned with my values, personal, experiential, giving and receiving values, I just let it flow through my hand like a handful of sand. But every once in a while, when one of those kernels align with my values, I'm going to hold on to it tight and say thank you for that great piece of knowledge, that great lesson that I didn't have to learn. Thank you for allowing me to not pay the dummy tax. What do you think about multi-level marketing? Well, if you have no money, if you're looking for a side hustle, if you're a stay-at-home mom, there is a great opportunity to have a proven product that you believe in and have a drop ship business all set up with no money down. Only determinative success for you is your desire to must be what you can be. If you want 1,000 a month, you can be it. If you want 10,000 a month, you can be it. If you want 100,000 a month, you can be it. That's all I got to say. Check it out. Some of the MLMs I love is WFG in the financial services place. I love Elevate, the happiness company. I use that product. That's why I love it. And Prime My Body with Ricky Mendez. If you want to learn about that, if you want to come to free training, then just email me today, 11 a.m. training, david@dmeltzer.com. Join my text community, 949-298-2905. It's all pinned below, so check it out. You in a bathroom? No, the bedroom that's empty. So I'm moving in my daughter to college. Would you ever mentor students to help build their confidence? Absolutely. And I give free trainings every Friday to do that. I also answer questions the best that I can outside of that training. But you got to email me, david@dmeltzer.com. You got to register for training, 949-298-2905 as well. You got to reach out. You got to ask for help. I have free training every Friday for 20 years to help mentor students, and the best that I can, provide whatever assistance I can. What's the biggest mistake you've made recently? Um, Biggest mistake I've made recently. It's still the need to be offended. So my expectations, I'm putting still a need to be offended. And it's a waste of energy, time, emotion. I have to define, allow other people to define themselves. If they want to lie to me, cheat me, oversell me, back end sell me, doesn't matter. That's them. That defines them, not me. And sooner or later, the truth will come out, and they'll be where they are. The truth will come out, and I accept the truth and mistakes that I've made, and I hope that others will too. Who's got more drive, you and Milet or Idrisella? Hey, it's not a competition. It's not a competition at all. I'm doing the best that I can, and I just pray that they have more drive than I do. Because that means we have three really productive, accessible, and gracious people in the fight, right? So let's see here. We're looking at the big ticket this year. How lucky are we? Let's bring on our man, Walt Harris. Whew. Hey,
What's going on?
hey, Walt, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good, good. Where are you at right now?
I'm at home
Where's that at?
in Birmingham.
Oh, all right. So it's not too early for you. Probably got.
Yeah, I mean it's about 8:30, almost 8:30 here.
Not bad at all. Well, it's such a pleasure. I'm a huge, obviously, UFC fan, and do a lot of business within the space. And to me, you know, I talk about common denominators of successful people in life. And the thing about UFC to me is, here's the things, the lessons I'd love you to talk about. One, practicing ending fear, because there is no sport that I know of that has fear as a major component on variety, in the octagon, out of the octagon, walking up to the octagon, on TV. Those are all highly compressed, uncertain situations that cause a lot of fear. And then the second thing I want you to talk about is the drive that you must be what you can be. Because, you know, you're a great fighter, but you have this unbelievable common denominator called, you know, you must be what you can be. You wake up every morning early, and that's all you're thinking about is how you can be the best you. So let's start with how you handle fear in such a fearful environment.
Yeah, man. It's something you have to conquer. You know, we as humans have two options. You can fight or flight, and I think mine is definitely fight. You know, there's always those fear, but I heard a great quote. You know, somebody said that you have butterflies, but you have to teach them how to fly in formation. And I think that's what I've learned how to do over the years. I'll be honest, my first UFC fight, I was terrified. I just remember being just very aware of what was going on, looking around, you know, seeing Dana and Bruce Buffer, and it was just like, oh my God, this is happening. I'm on television right now, you know what I mean? And then midway through the fight, I remember it hit me. And I think that's the adrenaline dump that Joe Rogan speaks about. It's not necessarily like you know, an actual dump. It's just an awareness of like, holy shit, I'm in the UFC right now, you know? But I mean, I think all fighters face that. I think all fighters have that fear element. If you're not afraid or nervous or, you know, whatever, I think you're not alive. I think your pulse, you probably need to check it, you know? I think it's a good thing to have it, you know?
Yeah, well, I love the statement, you know, you're going to have butterflies, but get them to fly in formation. How do you, or have you learned to get them to fly more in formation and not just flutter away into obscurity?
I think it comes with experience and, you know, just repetition. Trying to create habits, you know, that you had when you were successful. I try to keep the same kind of, you know, mindset going into a fight. You know, win or lose the fight before, I always try to stay focused on myself and not my opponent. Because I think if you focus too much on your opponent, you can psych yourself out, and that can play into that fear. That can play into that unknown. You know, the fears, you know, comes from the unknown. You know, so when you're getting into a fight, you can watch all the film you want, but you see a guy in real life, and you're like, oh crap, what could happen? You know, I could go in here and I could die. You know, it's so many variables, you know, that can create that fear. But I think repetition and trying to keep a positive mindset can kind of keep those butterflies flying in formation.
Absolutely, which leads right to when you talk about consistency, discipline, all the things that you need in order to put butterflies into formation. I want to get to that desire that you must be what you can be. And that's a combination of getting motivated every day, transitioning that into inspiration, right? Because it just, motivation is not going to last after your first 10 minutes. So how do you stay inspired consistently, you know, because it is everyday type of situation to be what you must be? How are you staying inspired?
Well, it's always, my why has always been my family. And this beautiful girl behind me is the motivation now. It's a different feeling now. I used to prepare for fights and I used to focus on, you know, my want to be the champion and, you know, my want to be the most aggressive, badass man on the planet. But now it's more about fighting for her and making sure I don't let her down. You know, and it's not about winning and losing anymore for me. It's about getting myself mentally prepared, doing the right things to be 110% ready to step in that octagon and fight. I think that's what she would want. She would want me to keep pushing on. So that's my motivation. That's how I do it every day. As hard as it is, you know, I get up and I try, like, in fact, I got to train in about an hour. And I'm excited about it. You know what I mean? Like, I feel good. I feel, you know, it's a different space I'm in. So everybody, I think, needs to find their why, and then let that spur you to your next moment, you know, because that why is going to eventually burn out, like you said. and then you need to find something else that pushes you and propels you to keep going.
Yeah, and that person behind you is your stepdaughter who
Yeah.
was abducted and November was killed, murdered. And that's your inspiration. I'm going to get to the final question because I'm doing a training today about turning your setbacks into, right? I've had some challenges in my life, nothing that I could even imagine, stepdaughter. But no matter how deep the pain is, mental, physical, emotional, spiritual, financial pain, that we can, and we are elastic human beings in an expanding environment, we can turn those setbacks into setups to something better. And honor, when we honor somebody, we promote ourselves. And you're honoring her and all that she lived for and all that she wanted for you. How are you turning what could be, in my opinion, one of the biggest setbacks anybody can experience, losing a child, into a setup for the rest of your life?
I mean, I'm just trying to keep her name alive, and be positive. I think spreading positivity is key. You know, no matter how bad the situation is, you have to try to find the silver lining in it. And I think that's what my family and I are trying to do. We're trying to create initiatives to protect other people. And I think when you look and put other people before yourself, your blessing then comes in that. You know, and I think that's setting me up for, you know, my later life. I think that, you know, as hard as it is to understand why it happened to her, I have to keep the mindset that we got to move forward. We got to protect everybody else. We got to keep pushing, and you know, just use it as a motivating factor to try to keep pursuing my dreams. Because I can't shut down now. I have other children, you know. So I think that you know, it's just using them as motivation, using her as motivation, and that's just the way I do it, man. I try to be positive. You know, that's my main thing. Positivity, I think, wins out. Good wins over evil every day, even when you can't see it.
One particle of light will overcome a million particles of dark.
Exactly.
And you are an epitome to that. Do you like Rocky movies? Do you ever watch Rocky?
Love Rocky.
Yeah, so that, you remind me of my favorite line in Rocky. So, you know, during the pandemic, when things get tough for me, challenges, setbacks, etc., I have a meme. I'm gonna text it to you, but it's that scene from Rocky Balboa, or whatever, Rocky 5 or 6, whatever number that was, and he says, "It's not how hard I hit; it's how hard I can get hit and keep moving."
Keep moving forward. Exactly.
You are a particle of light that is overcoming millions of particles of darkness. You keep doing what you're doing, keep doing your best and spreading that positivity. And I promise you, happiness for you and your family is your destiny, and promotion is there for you, and touches a favor as well. I'm a huge fan. I'm rooting for you. Anything I can help you, all you got to do is reach out, my friend. Thank you, Walt, so much.
Thank you, brother. Thank you so much.
And your family.
Thank you.
What a great inspiration. The Big Ticket 205. That's right. You got to check him out. He's going to be awesome. Walt Harris, you got to check him out. What a great story. Look him up at the Big Ticket 205. And, you know, if you're not a fan before, you are a fan now. That's all I got to say. That guy is a winner. He is a force of positivity. And that's what we need to do, is turn even the greatest setbacks into setups. We will, by promoting and honoring others, we promote ourselves. And so let's honor others by being a light, by being a force of positivity, by allowing the light, the love, and the lessons that we receive to, through appreciation, come through us for others. At the Big Ticket 205. Walt, you got a lot of fans here, including me. I am in the fan club, David Meltzer. Anyway, learn more about Walt and what we did today, 949-298-2905. Join my free training. Register for positivity, to be one of the particles of light, to overcome particles of darkness. David at dmeltzer.com. Incredible. Let me just answer one more question, and then let me get back to question coaching and the rest of my day. Any recommendations, books, articles for creating a system that helps me accomplish goals? I love Think and Grow Rich. I love, by Napoleon Hill, Power of Intention by Wayne Dyer, Connected to Goodness by David Meltzer. I love all of those 3 books in combination. And if you can study a faithful text that you like, I study the Course in Miracles every day. You study your faithful text to allow you to combine practical decision making with faith, the resilience, the rubber band that pops us back. Please join me to learn all about this, many stories that we're going to tell. Be unstoppable like Blaine. Don't forget, register for free training. Watch the replays on the playbook. You can register for that for free on all the different platforms. The playbook, David Meltzer, 949-298-2905, david@dmeltzer.com. Please join me. Get my book for free. Get my trainings, exercises. Please learn these things. Be a light. Overcome a million particles of darkness. Be one of my 1,000. We're going to empower over 1 billion people to be happy, just like Walt Harris. Please join me. 11 a.m. today, Pacific time. Please, please, please. I look forward to seeing you, catching you on the replays. Remember, most importantly, be kind to your future self and do good deeds. Have a great day. See you at 11 a.m. Pacific.